What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Browns video for you guys as the Browns just wrapped up 2 days of joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles. And for the most part, we looked pretty good, especially on offense. Deshaun Watson was slanging that thing all over the place. Jacoby Brissett looks really, really good. And the more I watch Jacoby, the less I think the Browns are actually going to go after Jimmy G. I really do believe the Browns are going to ride all day long with Jacoby Brissett. And honestly, I'm here for it. Because after watching him the past couple days, he's looking really, really good. He is. I'm very confident in Jacoby Brissett leading this offense until Deshaun comes back. Now, let's say Deshaun got suspended for the entire season, then yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have at least tried to go after Jimmy G. But with how Jacoby's been looking, I'm confident in him. I really am. Especially with the weapons around him. Now, speaking of weapons, Kareem Hunt did not practice today. There was actually a picture that surfaced on Twitter of Eagles coach Nick Sirianni actually talking to Kareem. And of course, as you'd expect, Eagles fans had a heyday with it. You know, I'm sure we're going to see that all over the place here on YouTube from all the Eagles content creators. You know, because in their minds that they're going to trade for Kareem. Even though Andrew Berry has made it a point that we're not trading him. We'll see what happens. Although, with the emergence of Jerome Ford, I feel like we're going to trade a running back. Most likely, it will be Dearness Johnson, in my mind. We'll see what happens. Now, some other guys who did not practice. Greg Newsome did not practice these last 2 days. Denzel Ward was limited. He was mainly doing 7-on-7 stuff as he's still coming back from that foot injury. It's just good to see him back on the field. Myles Garrett was back on the practice field today. He missed the last 4 days of practice with a personal matter. Hopefully everything is good with him. But yeah, other than that, we were primarily healthy. Although Jadeveon Clowney and Myles, although Myles did go in without a trainer. I don't think he was injured. He might have had to use the restroom or something. I don't know. I didn't really hear anything about that. You know, but I guess we'll find out at some point. Now, Jadeveon Clowney did hurt himself a little bit, but he didn't go in or anything. Might have twinged something. Now, you look at how our defense did today in these last 2 days. Well, I think it's safe to say Greedy Williams does not like A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. Poor guy got abused both days. Every time you look on Twitter, there was a tweet saying that he got abused, he got mossed, he got cooked. My God. Now, AJ Green, he looked good. Martin Emerson did not hear about him today for some reason. I wonder if he had a day off or something. I just did not hear about him at all. Either he was clamping down on his guy or I don't know what happened. I did not see a single tweet about him. AJ Green looked all right. Did not see Grant Delpit. I believe he was out today with a day off or something. Maybe he was hurt. I don't know. But he did not practice. Jack Conklin, of course, still coming back from that leg injury. I don't think he practiced today either. Neither did Chris Hubbard. Just some. And Anthony Schwartz didn't practice today either. Of course, Michael Woods was out. Man, there's a lot of guys out today. Sheesh. I think a lot of it was just, Veterans Day off and stuff. You don't want to work them too hard. You want them to be ready for week 1. But, yeah, defense-wise, they did pretty good. They did really well. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, Deshaun and Jacoby, like I said, were slanging that thing. In fact, I got one clip for you guys that really had me going crazy today. And it involves my guy, Coop, absolutely destroying, I believe it was Darius Slay. Now, this video comes from Tom Withers on Twitter. Go check it out. Here's the video clip real quick. All right, ready? still can't believe we got Amari Cooper. And I believe that was Darius Slay that he just completely crossed up. Give that guy a map. My God. Hey, buddy. Now, one very impressive stat that I also saw on Twitter today comes from Ashley Bastock. And I quote, Browns Cade York, I have at 11 of 12 today going against no pressure, taking turns kicking with Philly's Jake Elliott. 11 of 12. His lone miss came from 61 yards, and then he drilled not one, not two, but three straight from 62 yards. Now, again, no pressure. There wasn't really much wind. Okay. Yeah, he can drill them from 62. Cool. Now, I really want to see what he can do when that wind is whipping in the dog pound. It's good to see that, you know? It really is. You know, I know a lot of you Browns fans are wondering, what are we going to do about kick returner? I believe today we had undrafted receiver Mike Harley Jr. doing some returns. I've even heard like Ronnie Harrison doing returns. We've had Jerome Ford out there doing returns. Honestly, I mean, if it gets him on the roster, I would have Mike Harley do it. Honestly, why not? You know? I'm sure we'll find a suitable replacement for Jakeem Grant, who, of course, is out for the year because, you know, our return position is absolutely cursed. It's been cursed ever since Josh Cribbs left. You know? I was really looking forward to Jakeem Grant, man. I really was. Just our luck. You know? Now, what's really funny is, you know, you go on Twitter and you look at Browns beat writers compared to Eagles beat writers, and they each say that their team won these two practices. Now, of course, Eagles fans think that they dominated, and we think they dominated. And in my opinion, I think they both dominated. Yeah. Both offenses look great. Both defenses kind of looked at times, but you know, in other certain situations, both defenses look great. I mean, it's practice. Imagine like thinking that you won a practice. It's freaking practice. I'm just happy our guys didn't really get hurt. You know? Happy that there was no major injuries. I believe they have a walkthrough or an off day tomorrow, and then it's game time on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. Now, Kevin Stefanski came out yesterday and said no Jacoby Brissett, which is kind of puzzling considering he has not played at all this preseason. You know, you'd think you'd get him at least a little bit of, you know, game reps, but whatever. And of course, no Deshaun. We're not going to see him until week 13. So, nice. It'll be interesting to see if there's any other starters that play on Sunday. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But of course, I'll be streaming the game on Sunday. Hope you guys tune in. We're gonna have a lot of fun. You know, we're gonna see a lot of Dobbs and Rosen. And from what I've heard, Josh Dobbs, and from what I've seen too, Josh Dobbs has looked fantastic. You know, I've literally said that Josh Dobbs is a bum. From what I've seen, it's pretty good considering he's going up against, you know, bottom of the roster guys, but he still looks good. He's supposed to show out against that kind of competition. That's what he's doing. He's actually competent. Not to mention, he's got the brain meats. I mean, he's a legit rocket scientist. I mean, when he was in Pittsburgh, you know, Steelers fans and Big Ben even praised him because he was essentially another coach. You know, and I think he's really going to help Jacoby Brissett and company. I'm really excited, man. I can't wait until the regular season gets going. Now, if there was any positions I would address, you know, via trade or free agency before the season, there's really maybe two, maybe three. wide receiver, defensive line, mainly interior D line for depth, and maybe secondary. Can never have too much depth there, you know. But I think the top two, receiver and interior D line, even a pass rusher. Because you look at our receiving core, after Amari and DPJ, there really isn't much there. So we'll see what happens. But it's gonna wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll be back tomorrow night for Guardians White Sox. So I'll see you then. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.